my channel. I've wanted to, I've just been in such recovery mode. I could have been pregnant, and so that last bit of my pregnancy, I was really doing absolutely nothing besides trying to survive. And then after I had Zara, I had a C-section, which by the way was a lot harder the second time around than I remember it being the first time. We are 6 months post-baby, so things are looking up and spring is coming and it's feeling pretty good. I thought today we would do just a quick get ready with me video. I've been using this Urban Decay foundation for probably about a year. It has really good coverage. It's the all-nighter waterproof long wear liquid foundation. It has really good coverage, but it is a little bit drying. So if you have already dry skin, this is probably not the foundation for you. I'm actually going to switch it up and try something else, but this is what I've been using. So we will use it today. And then this NYX Professional brush in number 22 is what I've been applying my foundation. I did put on a moisturizer before I put on my foundation. It's just a CC cream. No, it's just a BB cream. Now it's honestly way too light. I'm gonna go back in and darken it back up with some bronzer. We'll get into that in a minute though. First I'm gonna apply a little bit of just finishing powder to kind of set my foundation and absorb the oil throughout the day. I like to put it on before I contour because even though it's translucent, it like lightens me up even more. Okay, so for my contour, you can see I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's really old and dirty, and actually my baby was sticking her fingers in it the other day. But this is what I've been using. It's the medium to tan, so it's one of the darker palettes. And I really like this. There is a trick to this though. It comes with this brush, which is like flat on the end and a little bit thick. You don't want to take this brush and really work it into your skin, or it's gonna really get into your pores and make it look dirty. That's what kind of gives it that muddy look, and we don't want that. So when you're using this brush with this kit, you want to make sure that you are doing really light strokes and letting that bronzer stay on the top surface of your skin, not really work it in there, you know? So when I want to put a little bit of color back in my face, I take this fluffy brush and I put some product on it, and then I kind of just come down on my neck. And this product is honestly pretty potent. So you want to make sure that you tap your brush or blow your brush off before you put this all over your face, or it's going to look really funny. So now I've brought some color back into my foundation and I'm going to contour now. Alright, now that I've added a little color back into my foundation, I'm going to go ahead and contour. So I'm using the darker color mostly just because this lighter color is like pretty much gone. But same thing, you want to tap it into the product, blow it off. And then again with this part, you want to make sure you're not like really pushing into your skin. Just kind of lightly go in where you want to contour. I go right underneath my cheekbone and into like my hairline. I've even kind of been taking it back and going into like my ear area just to make sure that it's blended all the way and that your contour is not too harsh. Then I like to take it up here along the hairline. Again, don't press too hard, just kind of lightly push that powder and bronzer around into the areas that you'd like. But when you push hard, that's when you get that dirty, muddy look. I naturally have a really strong jaw, so I don't have to do much down here, but I do a little bit, and then I try to make sure that I get it under here so you don't have like a line on an area that's already really strong. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Even when you load the product on a little heavy, as long as you lightly are brushing it out, you should be able to get it to look nice and even and not too heavy. But if you are pushing into your skin, again, it's just gonna make a big mess. I was using the Anastasia Beverly Hills, I was using the Lorac contour palette, and it came with this brush, which is more rounded on the end instead of flat. And I really prefer this one for my nose contour as opposed to the other one because I feel like it just gets onto the bridge of your nose better and gives you a nicer contour. And I kind of just put it on the edge of this brush if I'm doing my nose. And then I go right down along and create a line. Same thing, create a line on this side. And then for the shape of my nose, I like to do it right here above my nostril because my nose is really round. I point it out a little bit if that makes sense. Now that I've applied the contour, I'm just gonna go and same thing, lightly stroke it until it blends in and looks nice and natural. I just kind of go up along my eyebrows to bring the line up so that it doesn't like cut off weird. My nose is probably honestly the area that needs the contouring the most, so I do usually go a little bit heavy on my nose contour. And then for blush, I've just been using this old e.l.f. blush that I found at St. Lucia in e.l.f. It's just like a nice pink color. So I just apply that into the apple of my cheek and it kind of helps pull all the colors together. It just kind of helps pull all the tones of my face together with the contour. I've also recently been using this Fenty Beauty highlighter. My little sister gave this to me for Christmas. And it's just nice to bring down the bridge of your nose to lighten it up after you've contoured. And then I go kind of underneath my eye on top of my cheekbone to make that pop and again accentuate your contour. And then I'll go in the center of my forehead, kind of like a T, underneath my nose above my top lip. And I have eyelash extensions on the top, which are actually very hideous right now. They need to fill so bad. And it's like another week, like I'm in trouble, guys. But I wear mascara along my bottom lashes still. So I just do a light coat of that. And yes, I'm doing this with no mirror. I'm skilled. My lashes are honestly really sad right now, so don't judge them. I like to put this lip conditioner on at the beginning of doing my makeup just to kind of moisturize my lips. I wear product on my lips pretty much every single day, so they dry out. And this is just like a really nice moisturizing lip balm. And it goes a long way, like I've had this for a really long time. You can also wear this to bed, which is actually ideal because then you have it on your lips a lot longer. But this stuff is the bomb, you guys. I got it from the aesthetics nurse that actually injects my lips, so it's awesome. I will link it below. On a casual day like today, I just wear a nude lip gloss. I like ones that dry a little bit, so that the wear is a little bit longer. I'm not always into like the really glossy stuff. This is just one of the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams and I love these guys. I think they're awesome and I use them the most for just like everyday wear and casual looks. And last but not least, we're gonna fill in the brows. So I have been using a eyeshadow I got from the dollar store and that's so dumb. I was using the Maybelline one but it broke. And I had this one that I literally bought at the dollar store, which I like never go to the dollar store. But I bought this one and this is what I've been using, this darker brown color. And then I got this angled eyeliner brush just from Sephora. I think it's like their store brand. I don't know what it's called.
So I just start with filling in my brow already with the powder that I'm using to fill, without trying to make too many details.
And then once I've filled in my eyebrow with the powder, I take this spoolie brush and I run it through to kind of blend the powder and make sure that the powder's not so harsh in there. Right here, and I typically rub out the head of my brow right here because I like to go in and add individual strokes to make it look a little more natural. Okay, so now to do the individual strokes at the head of your brow. I have the angled brush, I get it wet. It's wet, I just dipped it in water. And then I dip it in the product or the powder. And then you just kind of shape it with your nail so that the end of it is nice and tight. And it's a nice even line now on your angled brush. And then you will just go in and apply your strokes. So now you can see I've applied 4 or 5 different little tight hair strokes in there. Do the same thing on the other side. So dip it in the powder. squeeze the end of the angled brush. Tighten the end of the angled brush with squeezing it together with your finger. And voila, there you go. So I usually just leave those hair strokes in there. Sometimes if I get them a little bit too bold or a little bit too thick, I will again take this spoolie brush and just kind of brush through and then add some more in there. Practice. So if you have tried your eyebrows and failed, you're not the only one. If you are someone who has tried eyebrows and totally failed, don't be discouraged, guys. Everybody has totally failed eyebrows. Like, they're honestly something that take work and practice and technique. So find a technique that you really like, someone's eyebrows that you really like, and follow them and just keep practicing. I don't think it gets any easier than that. So I'm glad you guys watched. Thanks for following along, and I hope you liked it. I need you guys to know I turned 29 like a week ago, and I have a freaking gray hair in my nostril. Yeah. I started getting gray eyebrows when I was probably 26, and I have one in my nostril, and every time I do my makeup I can see it, but I cannot get myself to pull it out, because how painful is it when you take a gray hair out of your nostril? Any hair, I mean, for that matter. I'm not doing it. I'm leaving it, because I will cry. I think that's the most painful thing, is yanking something out of your nostril.